at Homes on Fire, and the two things that I find personally interesting is that all the collection is they're about around the same size, but this quilt, the demise of Russell City, is the smallest. Why specifically did you display it like this?
Well, they are getting smaller, and the place is deteriorating, changing from this big piece at the beginning to now. Okay, you can see that homes were set aflame. I had a person tell me that they were sometimes afraid to leave at night because their house might not be there when they got back because somebody might have burned it up. So I'm really showing how the community is getting smaller. Okay, they're burnt out. There are fewer of them. There's less of them for various reasons. They want that land. They being government, business, whoever, and through eminent domain, people are moving. So I'm showing the homes breaking down, the community is breaking down, in a physical sense. Now we see in the next piece an emotional sense it isn't.
So since you approached the Hayward Area Historical Society to do this collection, do you feel like, because some aspect of the community was the African American community, do you feel like it's a fading history that you wanted to do this collection?
It is a fading history. You know, these people are getting older, and there are many people even who are their age who didn't know about this community. And so as a quilter and as a storyteller, I'm always interested in finding ways to talk about people and how they have lived their lives and what's happened with them. So that's why I approached them. Because when I heard about Russell City, my husband told me about Russell City because he grew up in Alameda and he knew about it. I could see the parallels as a black person to living in an area that was off. Black communities are often on the other side of the tracks, and even though it's a diverse community, they're on the other side of the tracks on West Winton. And it just felt like
the same narrative.
Yeah, it did. It exactly did. So I thought it would be great to be able to tell it, and I'm really happy I have. It makes me sad though when I think, that they were burnt out. Of course, this last fall I went to my 50th high school reunion. So there, what has happened with the community? They're falling apart. They've had to tear them down because nobody lives there. So it's kind of a parallel, a demise of an era and a time.
So one of the catching things that you use with stitching is the physical flames that are going up the piece.
It's pretty potent, isn't it?
It is.
When I was looking at fabric, I started to piece the background. In the course of looking through my fabrics, I thought, oh my goodness, this just looks like flames. And when I finished stitching it, it definitely is just all over these buildings, all over it. I'm hoping that people can just see what it was like if you came home and saw your house on fire. What would you do? How would you feel? And that's what I'm just trying to evoke memory, thoughtfulness about our own lives and what if you were in their place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing, I don't have any idea of how to stitch like this, but did it take you a long time to figure out how to create a flame, like the aesthetics of a piece of fire?
Well, see, if you look at it, you can see them there. So my job is just to highlight them, and I'm moving all over. When I'm stitching it, I'm moving all over it too, just like the flames would be. It's like I usually start in the center. I probably started down here with some of these buildings here, so you can see the flames in here too. But a flame, it has a certain kind of shape, so I'm just mimicking that shape as I move around. Sometimes the arcs are greater, and I'm trying not to back over a stitch. So yeah, I could just see them, and I think when I'm doing it that it's just happening. And if you knew how to sew, you probably would. It would probably be all right. See, because I don't know how to do what you're doing. Or something.
Maybe in another lifetime.